smoking.
I think he must have got his own.
I just saying he got his own from the cigarette machine. He's posing.
Amazing.
Hello, watchers. We're watching whatever. I'm Nathan.
I'm Danny.
We're here today. We're watching a movie neither one of us have seen called Asteroid City. Um, I don't know anything about this movie at all, so I'm
Me neither.
pretty excited to actually watch it. And this is one of the few times right now since we started that where we both haven't seen something. So the other one was obviously Renfield, uh, which, which we did last time. So, who directed this movie?
I think this is a Wes Anderson movie, right?
Wes Anderson. Okay, yeah, I'm excited. This is, if it is, this has been my second Wes Anderson movie that I've seen, and the first one that I saw, I really did enjoy. Right? I like his style, so it's something interesting. I want to check out more of his stuff. So,
I've been a
yeah,
big fan of his from like the beginning of his career. Like his like Rushmore was actually like I think it was the second movie was in my top 10 for a while. I loved like that kind of geeky like oddball energy, and it seemed like it was kind of like influenced, well, strongly influenced by Catcher in the Rye, and so I was a big fan. And then I've seen most of his movies, but I think the last couple I've missed while I've been in Korea. But definitely looking forward to this.
so I've got the poster up here from IMDb just to look at it really quickly. It's got a huge cast list, right? Jason Schwartzman,
Yeah,
Scarlett Johansson, Tom Hanks, Jeffrey Wright, Tilda Swinton, Bryan Cranston, Edward Norton, Adrian Brody, Leah Schreiber or yeah,
Driver.
Shriver. A lot more names on here. There's probably that was I read probably about half the list of on the cast for for the poster, right? I was just trying to see if I could figure out what the movie's about here. It looks like it's set back in probably about the 60s,
Uh-huh.
but it's just everyone sitting there
Maybe.
on a chair looking out and some guy on a jetpack flying behind them. So maybe it's about either the moon landing or building like the atomic bomb. Yeah, and it looks like it's probably set out in the desert, just from what I can see in the picture. All right, we're gonna get started here. Play the movie. Before we start, we'd like to thank everyone watching us on YouTube. Please remember that this is an edited version, and if you'd like to see the entirety of our reaction and our commentary, along with a watch along, you can follow us on Patreon. Obviously, on our Patreon, we're not going to be playing the movie itself or the audio, so you would have it on a second separate screen and play it. Asteroid City is available on YouTube. Sorry, not YouTube. Netflix Korea, and that's where we're actually watching it from. If you're watching us on Patreon, thank you for your support. And again, for YouTube viewers, please like and subscribe and leave us a comment. And we're gonna start the show. Is there any sound right now?
I don't have any sound.
Okay, okay. So it's the Universal logo without their the theme music. Is the whole intro just silent?
There must be a reason, huh?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the whole intro is just silent.
Tonight's program takes us backstage of a new play mounted on the American stage. Asteroid City does not exist.
Is that Cranston?
Yeah.
Characters are
It's
text
a
hypothetical.
it's
The
a
events an
play.
apocryphal fabrication. Conrad Earp, playwright, native of Upper Wyoming.
Who is that?
Ed Norton?
Oh my gosh.
Curtain rises on a desert bus stop halfway between parched gulch and arid plains. Center front, an impact crater 100 feet in depth and diameter.
An impact crater. Asteroid City. Okay.
Right.
The light of the desert sun is neither warm nor cool, but always clean.
Hey, I was right about the desert.
Right.
Midge Campbell, late 30s.
Hey, there's your girl.
Stanley Zach, 65, retired.
Tom Hanks.
That's crazy.
Play takes place in September.
I almost didn't recognize him.
Friday morning.
And then it jumps into so everything from the way it's shot to even the props look like they're from like this 60s and 70s.
Man, I can't believe Stephen Park is in this, dude.
I don't even know who he is.
He was on a In Living Color,
Oh,
and yeah, he had a part in Fargo. It was like hilarious, dude.
in Living Color,
and
I
then,
remember seeing the Asian guy on there.
Yeah.
Nuclear warhead. Okay, so that looks like a backdrop.
I think it's supposed to look like a stage, right? Like
Yeah.
a play.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Like all that stuff looks like it could be just like a painted set.
Or just like a skeleton structure,
Yeah.
like North Korea's buildings.
Right. The visuals on this are amazing, dude. It's
I
like,
love the color. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of pastel-y, but at the same time it's muted.
yeah, it reminds me of like those old Looney Tunes cartoons.
Yes, that's the feeling. Yeah, an old movie. Like I want to see the Coyote and the Roadrunner run out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was actually a Roadrunner like in the beginning, right?
Probably
Like, an
was.
homage to-
Okay, so it's a meteor at impact point.
Oh.
Just a single road.
Alright.
Sometimes I wouldn't mind living somewhere like that for a little bit. Just like one diner, one gas station. Everyone knows each other. Then an unfinished highway bridge. He's unrecognizable too.
That must taste so bad.
I'm sure they just sprayed like water or something, but can you just imagine gasoline?
Yeah.
Dude, the whole thing would have caught on fire.
Dude, the set design and cinematography is amazing. Just like all of his movies. But...
What do you little princesses want to drink?
Oh, we're not princesses. I'm a vampire. I'm a mum in Egypt who got
It's
buried
the
alive
kid
and
with
came back
blood.
alive with his head chopped off.
What the hell?
What was that? Another atom bomb test.
All right, I got two things.
What?
Oh, Matt Dillon. Gonna blow up the motor.
You got the first one.
How much do I owe you?
Nothing. $10 for the tow.
What's that?
I don't know. I think you've got a third problem we've never seen before.
All the tires pop like a cartoon.
You're not here.
We're not there. The car exploded. Come get the girls.
He's got his gun in his waistband.
Come get the girls.
I'm not the chauffeur. I'm the grandfather. Where are you?
Come get the girls. I have to stay here with Woodrow.
What are you talking about?
The thing for Woodrow is there.
Junior, what did it say?
Space cadets or something?
No.
Yes.
You didn't tell them
I still didn't tell them.
You promised.
I know. The time is never right.
The time is always wrong.
You never liked me, did you?
I never loved you.
You
I
thought I
thought
wasn't
that you-
good enough for him.
Yes, we're saying the same thing.
Divorce or death?
I want to say death.
Okay. But how would the kids not know though? Oh, maybe they
No.
told. Then
then
he
it must
told
be
them they were,
divorce.
like on a trip. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Andromeda, check under the floor mats. Come on.
Which one are you
Pandora,
gonna say?
check the side pockets. Cassiopeia, check the cracks between the seats.
I'm gonna say divorce. Death seems a little bit too serious.
Okay. Then I'll say death. Did you catch the girls' names?
Yeah, they're all named after like constellations or something.
Yeah. Andromeda, Cassiopeia. I didn't catch the third one.
Uh,
I can't remember the sun's name.
oh, Pandora.
Pandora.
We're watching a play, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing, man.
This is really cool, dude. I really have to watch more of his stuff. This is. And
This is on another level though. It's different from anything else I've seen from him.
I love his use of silence. Like, he didn't feel like he had to fill it with music or other.
Usually his movies have a lot of music. Like he's known for having really great like soundtracks.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All present.
I don't know if I expected one thing or another, but I'm wilting like a cut petunia.
You dare me?
Dare you what?
Tweet this hot pepper.
Don't do it.
Oh, Maya.
Mr. Cho, yes? Hello. I know.
Is that Steve Carell?
Yeah, his name. I didn't even see his
Better
name.
lighting, power for the ice machine, and a wall mount. Unfortunately, a mistake got made, and cabin 7 burned to the ground. It's a tent now. I understand.
He's drinking straight from the fountain.
You're probably wondering why we didn't pack your mother's suitcase.
Oh,
because she's not coming with us on this journey. She got too sick.
Yeah, death.
She succumbed to her illnesses.
You're saying her mother died 3 weeks ago?
When is she coming back?
Oh.
She's not coming back. Let's say she's in heaven, which doesn't exist for me, of course, but you're Episcopalian. Come here, let me hug you.
Come here, let me hug you.
I really like his dry sense of
like that emotional distance.
Yeah.
Like, and how everyone speaks so proper. It's like,
Is she in there?
She's in the Tupperware.
Not even an bird.
Are you orphans now?
No, because I'm still alive.
The character of Augie Steenbeck in the imaginary tale of our production was to become famously and indelibly connected to the actor who created the role.
so the behind the scenes of the movie or the play that we're watching is a play, and the play that we're watching is a movie.
Yeah.
I'm GI number 3 and Bugle Boy Blows the Blues. That window sticks a bit. You broke my window.
So he's not playing two parts.
Yeah, this is supposed to be him
Yeah,
researching for the part.
For the part, yeah.
You remind me of her more than ever. She wasn't shy. I think your sisters might be aliens too, by the way. Who knows, Woodrow? Maybe she is in the stars. You're perfect.
Oh. So they were lovers.
Or maybe they became lovers after they met.
But it sounds like they knew each other. Hey, fellow watchers, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check us out on our Patreon. Links are in the description below. And now back to our program. And to just the Roadrunner.
Yeah, really. It actually made the sound.
Still chasing him.
You took a picture of me.
Uh-huh.
Why?
I'm a photographer. My name is Augie Steenbeck.
Mm-hmm.
I had a pipe. My friend gave it to me as a present. My friend and his wife. I gotta find it. Makes me want to sit here and smoke a pipe now. Here's the part of the shot.
Similar to the poster.
Yeah. So that's what it was. They were inside the crater.
Each year we celebrate Asteroid Day, commemorating September 23rd, 3007 BC, when the arid plains meteorite made Earth impact. The itinerary for this 3-day celebration includes a tour of the newly refurbished observatory with Dr. Hickenlooper and her staff, a picnic supper of chili and frankfurters with evening fireworks display, and finally the awarding of the annual Hickenlooper Scholarship.
I wonder why he purposely went in 4x3.
To Ricky Cho for his work in the field of aeronautical induction, to Clifford Kellogg for his work in the study of particle disintegration.
Whoa.
To Dinah Campbell
It's fueled by cosmic radiation instead of sunlight.
for her work in the area of botanical acceleration.
Unfortunately, it makes all vegetables toxic.
The Red Giant transformer. To Shelley Borden for her work in the realm of mineral fabrication.
I synthesized an extraterrestrial element. It's going to be added to the periodic table next year.
Who is she?
To Woodrow Steenbeck
She's from It.
for his work in the sphere of astronomical imaging.
Yeah, the girl in the Girl Scout uniform. She's the girl from It.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we'll have to put that to our list.
Okay. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it, just haven't got around to it.
Oh, the beeps and blips? We don't know. Indecipherable radio emissions from outer space? Probably a red herring.
Does it change, ever?
Not to my knowledge.
Even Tilda Swinton, like, it took me a second to recognize her.
Right.
We think before the pickles.
Head count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Dwight? 8. Where's Dwight?
Less than 0.0000% chance exists of extraterrestrial life in the entire universe. It's a scientific fact, other than space bugs and microscopic
I
worms.
assertively disagree.
So do I. It's not a scientific fact.
It's not even a number.
Oh, God, Zeus.
Oh,
what did you do to deserve that?
Nothing.
What did you do to deserve that?
How does she get a black eye? In the story.
Well, she doesn't in the story. It's on the inside.
That reminds me of a very improper joke, which I won't say. Was he eating by himself?
Why are you sitting there all by yourself?
Thank you.
Move over here, Woodrow.
Brainiac, huh?
Yeah, Brainiac. My mother made it for me. It's supposed to be funny according to her sense of humor, but it's not as hilarious as it was originally.
You dare me?
Dare you what?
To jump off this bungalow. It's an experiment.
No.
I love how kids do that. You dare me? Basically saying, please dare me. I want to do it.
Right.
You dare me to talk to this girl?
Next, 10 weeks later, the eve of Asteroid City's first public preview.
Schubert says you gotta come back. He said, if you're crying, I read you this one. No, that's not yours. If you're hopping mad, I read you this one.
Give me both.
He said, if you're cool and collected, which I think is what I think you seem to be, then that means you probably really don't want to come back, and I gotta give you this.
Have we seen the director? Like, who's supposed to be the director? No, right?
I don't think so, no. His name's Schubert, right?
I'm sorry I shouted and called you
Yeah.
a spoiled bitch and a...
I strongly question whether your daughter's silly putty resembles anything from outer space.
It's not silly putty. It's called
machine.
s'mores toesium.
They're strange, aren't they? They're children compared to normal people.
Yes, that's correct.
It's true.
He just must have got his own
Dwight!
from the cigarette machine.
I think he must have got his own.
I just saying he got his own from the cigarette machine.
I do a nude scene. You want to see it?
Huh? Did I say yes?
You didn't say anything.
I meant yes. My mouth didn't speak.
It's a monologue. Pretend it starts when I step out of the shower.
Oh, gosh.
I totally lost my train of thought.
I know you did.
I can't even see myself anymore. But here I am. Let's get divorced.
The framing is really good. Real estate vending machine. If I saw this in Japan, I wouldn't be surprised.
Put the potion in it.
Oh no.
And with the spell, Mama comes back alive!
What's in the Tupperware?
Oh no. His
He
daughter.
finally told you.
Who's this old man? Poppy, I think.
You don't remember me.
If you torture us, we'll sacrifice you.
Sacrifice you.
Well, what you're going to see is a very simple ... 3 pinpoints of light inside your refracting box.
There it is. Hmm?
He looked at it. Oh, they're all looking at
They're
it?
all looking. Something's different. It's supposed to be 3.
Aliens.
Or an asteroid. Or a satellite. Holy crap, is it aliens? Oh my gosh. Looks so freaky. You're looking at it because you said there's no alien life. Look at its eyes. It reminds me of what is it, 8? That one animated movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh crap. He's taking back the asteroid. Posing.
Amazing.
The aliens stole the asteroid.
Schubert Green, born Shylock Grozowski.
Adrian Brody.
Okay.
His wife Polly left him for an all-star second baseman during the first week of rehearsals.
Oh, she was the woman in that Matt Damon movie where they like shrink themselves.
Okay. Which?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I know which movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's the main actress in that movie.
Much better. Did you do the green?
They give us foreshadowing.
That's what I'm
They
running
giving
down.
us. And one dude's gonna burn his hand on a griddle. Midge is gonna leave. The military has to show up after alien life is confirmed.
Secure the site. Cease the dissemination of information. Collect and transport the totality of evidence to a hermetically enclosed deep underground secret storage facility and publicly deny all aspects of the event, including its existence, for a period of no less than 100 years defined as 36,500 days.
You dare me?
Dare you what?
To press that button.
I will break your neck.
That's an alien climbing a ladder. That's an alien on a racehorse.
The alien picked up the asteroid.
Alleged alien.
I know what I saw.
It's called a meteorite.
He pressed the button.
I'm going to
can't go
attempt to
back.
proceed with the lesson plan I originally prepared. Still only 9 planets in the solar system as far as we know, Billy?
Except now there's an alien.
Yeah, there's no way they're gonna have any other interest in the alien.
I reckon that alien don't mean no harm at all.
I agree with Montana. No. Neptune.
You dare me?
I heard you.
It's an experiment.
I don't care anymore. I dare you, or I don't dare you. It doesn't matter. Do what you wish. I give up.
Ray Donovan.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's a show. Sorry for anyone who just kind of. We're talking about the TV show that he was in. That he started.
Why do you always have to dare something?
Maybe it's because I'm afraid. Otherwise, nobody'll notice my existence in the universe.
Isn't that a common thought for a lot of people who, study
Dare you what?
Yes, dare you what?
astronomy?
To climb that cactus out there.
Am I not in this?
Why did he steal our asteroid? Was it ours in the first place? The meaning of life. Maybe there is one.
I hope you're still Episcopalian.
You took his picture, Dad.
I'm a photographer.
It's interesting how the kids are the only ones who are showing like any kind of emotional range.
Are you planning to abandon us?
I was, as a temporary measure, but I decided against it.
It's supposed to be a Native American soldier.
Can I ask you to stick this dime in the payphone for me, please? I don't feel right stealing from the telephone company.
Gives him the gun. They hijacked the line.
Skip, Ricky, we got a scoop.
The first hints of the future existence of Asteroid City were revealed during a special seminar scheduled at the playwright's request.
Conrad Earp, how can we help you?
What's it about, the play?
Infinity, and I don't know what else.
Is there a title?
The Cosmic Wilderness. You like that one?
What's the alternative? Title, I mean.
It's British.
Do you think he's actually British?
I don't know. It's hilarious though.
Let's work on the scene from the outside in.
To be played relentlessly without a break. What?
Oh, because the news got out, so now everyone's trying to like. Alright. It's hilarious.
I'm gonna say he's actually British.
There alien who walked in heaven.
Think of the people. Think of the places.
I've already seen it.
That's a huge thing of Chanel number 5.
Is she a ghost?
Where he's gonna burn himself on purpose.
My daughter saw us through this window in your bedroom yesterday.
I don't like the way that guy looked at us. The alien.
Well, how did he look
Like
at
we're
us?
doomed.
What did you just do?
I burned my hand on the quickie griddle.
Why?
It's not clear.
I have an announcement to make. Have officially selected a recipient for this year's Hickenlooper Scholarship. And you're all going home. The president has opted to lift the quarantine by executive decree.
Are they gonna be quarantined again? He returns to Asteroid. It looks like that claymation.
Under the provisions of National Security Emergency Scrimmage Plan X, the lifting of the quarantine, which I just announced, is now canceled or at least postponed due to the unexpected new event with
What image is he gonna project? Oh. Hey, nice move, man.
Where are you going?
I still don't understand the play.
I'll be right back.
I don't play him as an alien, actually. I play him as a metaphor. That's my interpretation.
Metaphor for what?
I don't know yet.
You're doing him just right. In fact, in my opinion, you didn't just become Augie. He became you.
Do I just keep doing it?
Yes.
Without knowing anything? I still don't understand the play.
Hello.
It's you, the wife who played my actress.
Do you remember the dialogue?
Oh, it's Barbie.
Oh, Margot Robbie?
Yeah.
You say, did you talk to the alien? I say, not yet. I say, he's a late bloomer. Maybe I think you'll need to replace me. You say, what? Why? How? I can't. I say, I'm not coming back, Augie.
She's holding a fake cigarette, right? There's no smoke coming from it compared to his pipe.
Then you take a picture of me and start crying. I hope it comes out.
And I say, all my pictures come out.
You missed
Now
your
it's
cue.
smoking.
June and the cowboy are already necking in the station wagon. They're bandaging the understudy's hand right now.
Where all my characters are each gently, privately seduced into the deepest, dreamiest slumber of their lives as a result of their shared experience of a bewildering and bedazzling celestial mystery.
You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep.
You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep.
You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep.
You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep. You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep. You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep. You can't wake up if you don't fall asleep.
What?
What is the deeper meaning behind that?
She's gone.
Where'd they go?
Good morning, Mr. Steenbeck. The president lifted the quarantine after all. You are free to return back to wherever you came from. I guess you overslept.
The plan was to shovel it up and take her with us.
Let us pray.
He's sending her to hell.
No, it's real witches. Part witch, part alien.
Somebody win that scholarship?
I did. General Gibson slipped it to me in line at the communal showers. I think he just wanted to get it over with.
How you plan to use it?
Probably spend it on my girlfriend.
Everything goes back to normal.
Yeah. Is this a set or is this like outside?
It must be outside. It's amazing. Like a
if it-
giant outdoor set. I can't tell, man.
Yeah, I can't tell either. I mean, they actually literally have a car and a motorcycle driving through, so. The good old days when you didn't have to safely buckle in your kids, huh?
Jeff Goldblum was the
Was it Alien?
Yeah, it was the alien.
Look at the Roadrunner dancing. Seriously, Jeff Goldblum was an alien?
I'm playing the alien as a metaphor. A metaphor for what? I don't know yet. Well, what do you think he was a metaphor for?
Honestly, I have no clue. I really have no clue here in this movie. I don't even know what, like, I'm still confused about the message of this movie.
Yeah, I'm like trying to piece it together right now as I'm thinking. Like,
I think I'll take some time for now. Just as far as the movie itself. Yeah. Hold on, I want to see if there's anything else after. Yeah, so it's a movie within a. Wait, it's a play that's a movie within a. Wait, how do?
Yeah.
It's a play that's showing another play, but they showed it as a movie.
Right, but I think on another level, it's supposed to be a documentary about a play, about the making of a movie. We're watching a movie that's a documentary about a play.
Is it?
I don't know, man. There's there's levels.
Yeah, I didn't know. I wasn't sure. To me, I understood it as just it's a play about a play making a play.
No, you're right. You're right. Bryan Cranston is kind of like a part of the play, and the action is happening behind him. Yeah, you're right. So it's a play about making a play.
Play about making a play, and then they show that play as a movie.
Show
to
the
us.
actual play as a movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. So, yeah. Hold on, real quick. I need to check this out.
Sure.
Asteroid City. I want to see who is Montana. Cast Montana. Where's Montana? Montana. Rupert Friend.
Okay. Rupert Friend.
He's a British actor.
Yeah. The last thing I think I saw him in, he was like the
Oh, now I know why his face is familiar. He was in Hitman.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen that. I think he was in he was like the Grand Inquisitor in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, I think.
I haven't seen that, but he was in High Desert, Asteroid City, Cupid. Oh yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anatomy of a Scandal, George Harrison, My Sweet Lord, Last Looks, A French Dispatch, Infinite Separation. So he's done a lot of like either English stuff or like indie style stuff. It looks like.
Okay.
Death of Stalin.
Okay.
Hitman Agent 47 is the only one I see that was like not like a big blockbuster, but it was still at least a fairly wide release. Otherwise, I don't recognize. I barely. Oh, he was in The Boy in the Striped Pajamas in 2008. Wow.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't recognize hardly any of these.
Yeah, I remember when it was announced that he was the Grand Inquisitor. I felt like I've heard of this guy before. His face looks familiar. He kind of reminds me of like Legolas.
Yes, he does.
Like,
in the picture I'm looking on IMDb, he looks kind of like Orlando Bloom. That's funny. He's doing that southern accent. That is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. Um, I was thinking like the movie, like um I think it's about like how there can be like these like I don't know, like moments in life that are so huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
That make us kind of reconsider like, what we've like believed before, how we saw the world before. But in the end, we just go back to how things are, right?
Okay, now that you point that out, yeah, I can kind of
Uh-huh.
see that, right? Yeah, everything gets crazy. The aliens come,
Hmm.
all the tourists come by. The place. Yeah, after the secret gets out, it's like a
Uh-huh.
fairgrounds kind of thing. But then alien comes by again, and then for some reason, everyone just kind of leaves, right? They lose interest. And like
Right.
you said,
Yeah.
everything goes back to the police chase, the train going
Right.
through.
All the
Everything's back. All
relationships.
the relationships,
Yeah.
everything's
I
just
mean,
back to normal.
right. I think people it will change people, but in the end, like you still have to keep going like on with life. Kind of like
Yeah,
like
life
every
goes
major
on.
event that's happened. Yeah. Yeah, and it's but I wonder like the one of the things that was repeated a lot was you have to fall asleep before
Yeah,
waking up.
that's the question
And
I had.
uh-huh.
What was the point of that? I was so confused.
I don't
You have
know.
to fall asleep before you wake up.
Right. I was thinking like I don't know, man, like the message of that I
You
don't
know what I
know.
mean?
You
Like
have to let yourself
you have to be in darkness. You have to suffer before like the light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. I mean,
maybe or let yourself be like vulnerable before you like
before you
learn
regain
something
control.
maybe. Right.
Hmm,
Maybe.
maybe it could be.
This is this is something I'm gonna have to think about, and I feel like the fact that like I think the alien is probably just a metaphor for like a huge like life-changing event. And I think for some characters it didn't really change anything, and for others it changed like everything, right? And so for those characters who it didn't change much, maybe they haven't fallen asleep yet, and so they haven't had a chance to like wake up. Whereas other characters like I don't know, like you think like waking up is a metaphor for like must be the metaphor for change, right?
The
Like-
yeah, I would guess so, right? It's a new day, something else. The night
Right,
has passed. Things
right,
are, things can you can change things. You can do different things.
right. I think Schwartzman's character, he overslept, right? And I think in the morning, like he seems like he's better, right?
Hmm.
It seems like his pain may have like changed in a way, or at least the way he like views the world. Uh, Maybe if he didn't take his relationship with Scarlett Johansson like seriously, the fact that she had left without saying anything, I think makes him feel something, you know? Maybe even that's what burning his hand is about too. Like
To feel something.
yeah, to feel something. I think they said that in the beginning of the movie, right?
Hmm.
That's probably what it is, right? I think he was saying maybe it's a maybe it's an excuse for why his heart is beating so fast or something. And I think that's an interesting like idea, but I think I like it better to think like yeah, that was him like waking up, right? Or waking himself up. I don't know, man. Um
Yeah.
did you like the movie overall? Did you think it was like entertaining?
So
As like a comedy or a drama?
I'm gonna give it two different viewpoints, right?
Okay.
As far as
Mhm.
entertainment wise goes, oh man, this movie was absolutely entertaining. Right? I was cracking up.
Uh-huh.
I like his style, right? The way he directs the movie. Like I said, I've seen,
Mhm.
so I guess I have seen more than one. Fantastic Mr. Fox, and then
Uh-huh.
I still can't ever remember the name of the other movie that I just recently
Uh-huh.
watched on Netflix. Also, but I love how it was shot, right? The way he frames everything, the cinematography, the colors, right? The muted pastel light colors,
Uh-huh.
even certain stuff he makes it so that it purposely looks kind of like cheesy, from something from the 60s kind of style.
Right.
So absolutely entertaining, completely, it's totally fantastic. I think I tell anyone to watch this movie.
Uh-huh.
If I'm trying to think more critically about this, again, it left me a little bit confused at the end, right?
Uh-huh.
Now that we talk about it and I think back, it's like, okay, I can kind of understand maybe what the message is, but so we have several different types, right? We have some of those which throw the message in your face and you're like, okay, I get it, like relax, right? You
Uh-huh.
have the other ones that are subtle, but okay, it's understood. And then this one where it's like it's a little too subtle, where I'm like,
Uh-huh.
what was the point of this? What was the meaning behind it?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Like it's so subtle it becomes like abstract or something.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Uh,
Now, for me personally, I'm not the kind of person who overthinks on that, right? Most movies I
right.
watch, and the last thing I'm thinking about is what's the message or the meaning, right? It's for
Right.
me, I'm the general, just the average consumer. Like, oh, was it fun to watch? Or if I'm
Uh,
watching a horror film, was it scary for me? If I'm watching a comedy, was it fun? If I'm watching action,
right.
did it have good, right? So I don't really particularly pay attention to all that kind of stuff. I do recognize it, but it's not in the forefront.
Right.
So, but other, like I said, after having watched stuff with you, and we've been friends for years, so this isn't just from the start of our YouTube channel, but for many many years where we watch stuff, and Danny is obviously, he thinks a lot more critically about the movie, so it started to get me thinking that way too. So I have made more of an effort to actually think that way when I'm watching something. Um, but yeah, overall, entertainment wise, it was fantastic. So
Uh-huh.
I'll give my star ratings right now. So
Okay.
with our system, with
Uh-huh.
our rating, right, the way we're doing it, if this was just my regular style of rating, I would have given this a 4, right? Just really
Okay.
funny, really fun to watch.
Uh-huh.
Great cast,
Uh-huh.
great acting. Um,
Uh-huh.
with the way we discussed it, I would give it a 3 star.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
great film. Right, I could have leaned closer to a 4 possibly.
Uh-huh.
But definitely what kept it down for me is that it was a little bit abstract, right? It got me confused,
Right.
especially initially at the
Uh,
scene when they're talking about you have to fall asleep before you wake up.
right.
I was really just going, what in the world is going on here? What's happening? Right?
All right.
There are certain scenes I'm just kind of like, what's the meaning? What are they trying to do? So overall, yeah, 3 star. I think it's a great film. It's really fun to watch for anyone who wants to just watch something fun and funny with a great cast, great acting. This is one of those. Um,
Yep.
a couple things I'll point out really quick is what I really
Uh-huh.
loved. I said it during our reaction, but I love how, for the most part, except for that one scene with Tom Hanks, really the adults are very monotone. They don't show emotion, right? It's very dry. and,
Yeah.
and then it's all the kids that are, especially the younger kids, the school children, and his and the 3 daughters, where they're the
Uh-huh.
ones who actually show a bit of emotion, and so it gives a really great contrast as far as how the characters are shown.
Uh-huh.
um and I wish those 3 girls had a bigger part. They were
Uh,
so great, they were so funny, right?
yeah, they're great. Yeah.
So but yeah, I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I really enjoyed it. I would probably also give it a 3. I think for me, one criticism, it felt a little bit long. I think like I really enjoyed like the structure of the movie and all like the kind of meta levels where it's sometimes like they start to like kind of overlap, like when Bryan Cranston like shows up and he's like, "Well, wait, I'm not
Yeah.
supposed to be here, right?" Like those moments are great where um, you know, uh I feel like our meaning of our level of understanding and meaning kind of changes based on, is this supposed to be real? Is this supposed to be like the actors like true emotions, or is this all part of like like the play that we're supposed to be like watching and learning from or something, right? I think they did some really cool stuff with like kind of um playing emotional scenes like at a very like kind of at a distance where it doesn't feel cheesy, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the conversations between Scarlett Johansson and Jason Schwartzman was very emotional. Like they're like across from each other, right? They're in different rooms, and at one point, like one of the most emotional scenes for Schwartzman, he's reading a script,
Yeah.
right? And so he's an actor practicing lines for some other actor or something in a play. It's there's so many levels, and yet it feels so real, and like the feelings that he feels as someone, as an actor playing in a play, reading a script for another movie or whatever, still expresses what he really feels. That's cool. And even the scene with Margot Robbie's cameo, like she's just reciting lines, and she's reciting both her lines and
And his.
the other actor's lines,
Yeah.
and it's still so emotional, right? It feels like it really captures like a feeling, and they're not even supposed to be like the real them, like the characters in the play. They're actually the actors talking about the play, and yet it feels so real, like those two were actually really married, and she actually passed away, like it's almost like her ghost or something speaking to him, and we never actually see that scene. Like we never see their dreams, like the whole thing about, man, I'm having a really hard time like writing the scenes where they have the dreams where they're changed after their experience. We never see those, right? But that's our closest kind of look at what those scenes would have looked like, is when they're reciting those lines. Brilliant. I think it's really interesting. I could see how people would think that's kind of too abstract, and maybe the fact that they're not acting the scene, but they're kind of just pretending to be acting the scene and just reading the lines very like monotone, might feel boring and unreal. But for me, it felt like uh, it's like the genius of the writing, and maybe the directing, and even the acting, that they could kind of pull out these emotions from you when they're not even like supposed to be trying. It's like it's so cool. Yeah, I think that's why I could almost like take it to like a 4 level, but I would say because I'm not quite like sure like what the message is, and I know it's something positive and that it can be positive, but I'm like, I don't know. I'd give it a 3. I give it a 3. Definitely would recommend. I think I think it'll take a certain type of personality to really get into it and enjoy it. I think it's not for everyone for sure,
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah. But yeah, I would definitely give it like a 3. I think for me personally, like where I tried to kind of like understand the movie emotionally was like that feeling of loss. And I feel like right, like these characters are grieving, like Hanks and Schwartzman, and like the three little girls and
The son.
uh and yeah, Brainiac. They're all like kind of grieving, and I think going through that moment where the alien like shows up is kind of like this, I don't know, like if it's like a cathartic type experience, or like a shaking kind of thing where they all have to kind of place their grief within the context of something larger, right? And I think they all come out changed, and it's uh yeah, I mean, I really probably would need to watch it again to make it more clear. I'm not one of those people who can like, and maybe even like as I think about this movie more later today, I'll be able to kind of like um you know like my thoughts and create like a kind of opinion about it, like and a greater understanding of it. But right now I'm like still kind of rolling it around in my head. But it's good. It was good.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? There's something I wanted to. So. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought.
Sorry, man. I was
No,
like
no.
rambling.
Yeah, Danny likes to ramble a lot. So do I. So we have to try to control ourselves. One of the things, I had talked about earlier also with while we are watching the movie, right? When the one kid, why he's always asking people to dare him to do something,
Uh-huh.
right? Because
Right.
like you know, I as unfortunately as a kid, I had no interest in science, no interest in
Uh-huh.
astronomy, right? As I
Uh-huh.
became an adult, that's when I actually started developing an interest in astronomy, right?
Uh-huh.
And learning about our universe, the planets, the stars, the solar system, and everything else, all the different universe or solar systems and everything. And one of the things I always hear from astronomers and astrophysicists and stuff is, we are, when we look at the big picture, we are just an insignificant speck in everything, right? In
Right.
this infinite universe, we are just less than a speck. We're nothing. Our time is nothing. Everything is nothing. So to me, it brought back that thought when that kid mentioned that, right? Because he's
Uh-huh.
obviously a smart enough kid who would think about things like that, and think about the bigger picture and see the world for more than what it is, and that
Mm.
tiny earth within this giant universe. So it brought back that idea of, thinking like, wow, does you know does do I count? Does my life have any meaning? Do I matter?
Right.
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 So, and then I liked that how it was into something serious, and then threw it right back into, oh, I dare me to climb that cactus, right? Threw the comedy back in. So
Right.
I like that. One
Right.
thing, that I thought in so overall the movie, the pacing I liked. I didn't think there was too many scenes where I felt like they could have done without or anything. But
Okay.
for me, honestly, that the shot where it shows, obviously the body double, but the naked Scarlett
Uh-huh.
Johansson in the mirror,
Uh-huh.
and I saw that and I was kind of like, okay, aside
Oh,
from the
does that
aside
you
from a
feel like
kid,
gratuitous?
not gratuitous, but aside from a kid who'd be like, "Oh, boobies," it's just like, okay, that scene just
Uh-huh.
felt really unnecessary. Right? I felt like it was
Uh,
thrown in there just to put in a shot of a naked woman.
huh. You
And
know what I was thinking?
mhm.
For me, it kind of reminds me of the scene in The Glory when she kind of takes off her clothes to reveal her scars. Like and I think even in this movie in Asteroid City, she says something um like let me show you who I am or something, you know? And
Yeah.
it's both like it's both literal and figurative. Like
Well,
and I
no,
think
no.
that was like kind of the scene.
What I mean is that scene. It's
Uh-huh.
the dialogue, the script, and everything is fine, but to actually show the mirror, that I'm just like,
Oh, right.
why? You literally could have just shown the
Uh,
her legs and the camera going up to
uh,
Schwartzman in the other window without a mirror there, right?
that's true.
It actually was more
Yeah.
What I mean is, it was actually more distracting for me than it was to
Ah,
play a part,
interesting.
right?
Uh, I didn't know what was going on during that whole scene anyway. I was like, "What? Wait, what?"
Well, I knew it
I was
wouldn't
like,
be her naked.
yeah. I had a thought and I was gonna say something. I can't even remember what it was. She's like, "Oh, like I have a nude scene. You want me to show you?" And I was like,
The
"Huh?"
minute the
Brain shut
minute
off.
she said that, I knew. I was like, Danny's mind just shut off right now.
Oh man.
He's a big
Have you
Scarlett
seen
Johansson fan.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
so let's do the other thing we're gonna talk about. What what do we? I'll look up how much it costs, what the production budget is.
Ah, okay.
How much do you
uh
think it may? Was this released in theaters?
I think so. I think so.
Because if one of the problems now is a lot of movies, they're
Uh-huh.
just to streaming, right? It's not
Right,
even
right.
theaters. So I'm not gonna look at the numbers, but let me see.
Okay.
Oh, and the tomato meter.
The fact that they had such a crazy set or CGI or whatever they were doing, I'm gonna say this movie is probably wait, what was the last movie we saw that Renfield?
Renfield.
Yeah. And we were surprised by that budget, right? I'm gonna say this had a budget of 75 million.
75 million?
Yeah. What about you?
Okay. Hold on. Danny,
Uh-huh.
me. I'm gonna say, well, give yours first. 75 million, and what do you think its gross was?
Oh, and gross, I'm gonna say it was like, I don't know, like 45 million.
45. And that'll be
Yeah.
worldwide, right?
Right.
Not domestic box office. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say production budget 75. Last time I was way under, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say the same number as you.
So either do 76 or 74. What is it?
Like the Price is Right.
Right.
7501.
Right.
I'm gonna actually say, because if they did shoot it outside,
Uh-huh.
there would be less to actually have to build, right? It wasn't like with Renfield where they shot in different locations, right? This is all
Right.
pretty much one location. So I'm
Right.
gonna go with 50 million for budget.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And worldwide box office gross, it's probably only domestic anyway.
Uh-huh.
But well, no, probably Europe. I'm gonna say you put 45, 50. I'm gonna say 35.
Okay. Oh, lower. Ooh,
Mhm.
okay. Uh-huh.
Right. Because one of the reasons I say it is because I didn't even hear about this until you mentioned it.
Okay.
I didn't even
Uh-huh.
know this was a movie. So
Right.
I don't know how much marketing they did.
Right, right.
What about
Okay.
the tomato meter and the audience view?
See, this is a tough one for me. I feel like this is the type of movie that critics would love, but at the same time, uh-huh.
We gotta first of all, I'll
Oh,
just
no.
quickly mention we're gonna
Oh,
keep
sure,
it to a 10% range. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
What
because
do you
last
mean,
time we
like?
were saying like 60 to 80. Well, no, it's got to
Oh,
be
right,
within a
right.
span of 10. So if you're like, okay, so if you
Oh,
say
okay.
75, it'll either be
Uh-huh.
from you could say like 70 to 80 or 65 to
I see, I
75.
see. I'm gonna do I'm doing a like an actual number because
Okay.
now this is like an official game kind of. I'm gonna give a specific. I'm gonna say this
And I'm
has
gonna keep
a
track of how we do on these.
right.
Keep score.
I'm gonna say I was like I think I was really close on last time. I'm gonna say this gets an 88 on the tomato
Tomato
critics.
meter.
Uh-huh. And
Audience.
for audiences, I'm gonna say this gets a 78.
78.
I feel like most general audiences might not really be feeling this one.
All right. So
mhm.
basically what I'm saying is we'll have a plus or minus 5.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
All
So
right,
if you're
yeah.
within that range. Okay. I'm
Right,
gonna
right.
say critics. I mean, just I don't know a whole lot about Wes Anderson and his movies, but just
Uh-huh.
from what I've seen and obviously what I heard, I'm gonna say a 90 for critics.
Okay.
Tomato meter. Audience,
Okay.
the people who go watch it really like Wes Anderson. So I would
Oh, that's a
say
good point.
I would say 82 on the audience.
Uh-huh. That's a very good point. Yeah, the people who would actually watch this are probably people who like his movies to begin with. Oh, I didn't even calculate that. Okay.
So let's see the production budget. I had it pulled up, but I hadn't looked at it yet.
Okay.
Production budget for Asteroid City is just about the last auteur you'd expect to put together a big budget sci-fi epic. Asteroid City is none of those things. It's set in the 1950s.
Okay.
Retro futurism.
Right.
Production budget of $25 million.
Wow.
So we were both come way off.
Wow. Wow. See, then it's worth it for studios to to do a movie like this.
Yeah. I guess this one
what
is one of those that was just didn't cost him much.
Right. I just overestimated based on like
Renfield?
that outdoor yeah, no, yeah, because of Renfield wow. Okay.
All right.
Dude, 25 million, that's so cheap.
25 million. Worldwide box office.
Uh-huh.
So it did do international too.
Okay.
So domestic 28
Uh-huh.
million.
Okay. You were like right on.
I said 35 worldwide.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Domestic 28 million, international 25 million. It made
Wow.
almost $54 million worldwide.
Wow. What was my guess?
45.
45.
You were
okay.
closest, but you were still, we're
Yeah.
giving you 5 over.
Yeah.
So,
I
man,
was out over the
I mean, this made money.
yeah.
It
made
actually
some
made money.
Yeah.
$25 million. That means they also probably didn't have a big marketing budget. So
Right.
overall, it probably cost the studio 35 million, I would say, maybe rough around there.
Dude, it's totally worth it to do that, dude, because
Yeah.
like, if you have that much star power, it's possible that like if the that it could hit, and then you get like, man, that's crazy. Totally worth it. If I was a studio, I'd be trying to make every like Wes Anderson movie. $25 million.
Asteroid City tomato meter. Okay. So the
Uh-huh.
tomato meter. Oh,
Uh-huh.
wow.
Were we off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomato meter. Critics.
For critics.
75%.
Dang, okay.
This is lower than I expected.
Right.
Audience, you think is higher or lower?
Is gonna be, do they like it more than the critics? What was my original prediction? It was like 88 and then 78?
88 and 78.
88 and 78. And now it's like 75. I'm gonna say it's higher than 75.
Higher than 75?
Yeah.
62%.
Dang.
I'm surprised. I thought it'd be higher. I mean, I said 82.
Yeah. I think like the reason why like I thought it would be like lower is because of several things. Like why I didn't think critics would like put it into the 90 range or whatever. And one is that like I feel like one thing is it feels like almost like the he's kind of doing the same thing over and over again in terms of like his right. And so I think critics are gonna kind of feel like give us something more. And so that's one thing I was thinking why I didn't think that it was gonna be in the 90s, but it's
Okay.
entertaining enough, yeah, for critics where I thought like yeah it could be close to the 90s. I didn't know it was gonna be that low. I think like one thing is also like the main storyline in terms of like like Schwartzman and Scarlett Johansson, like their love story. If you really think about it, there's very few scenes with them actually. So it feels like it's kind of like lacking a real strong kind of a center story that everything is around. So those are the two things I was thinking might make it low, but I still thought because critics love Anderson, it would still be kind of in the like the upper 80s or something. Audiences, I mean, this is obviously not wide appeal, but I just thought like I didn't know it was gonna be that low.
Yeah, I
I
figured, like I
think
said, people who watch his movies are the ones who like his movies.
right. One thing that could happen though is like with all this star power, you get all these people who aren't used to watching his movies, and they're like, "What the hell was this?"
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Yeah, I feel like Wes Anderson fans will probably give it a pass and will like generally enjoy it. And even you, like this is your broadening kind of your like movie watching like thing. Like you can get into it, but I feel like yeah, and especially when you watch it with someone who's like enthused about it, it kind of like yeah, but I feel like it could kind of lose audience. All right. I'm very competitive, so
Yeah. What do you think should be the punishment or the reward or the punishment? Which one? What do you think?
I don't know, man. Let me think about that.
All right. Well, how about whoever watches, and we'll mention it on some other upcoming ones, but give us some suggestions, right?
Yeah.
What should be our how many points are we going up to, and what should be
All right.
our either the reward or the punishment?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's amazing. All right.
All right. Well, we're gonna end it here. Thank you everyone for joining us. Remember, if you're watching us on YouTube, to like and subscribe and leave us a comment. It is a cut down, edited version, so you can see the full length in our Patreon. Everyone watching us on Patreon, thank you for joining us and supporting us, and we'll see you again next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right, cool.
All right.
Yeah, I'm still surprised really by